in the Eurozone. Sally.
Thank you, Ben. Well, to talk us through what's at stake, we're joined by Nicola Marinelli, who's from the London Business School, but also worked for Banca Monte Paschi de Siena on the trading floor, their trading floor in London. Is that right?
That's absolutely right.
So you kind of had the inside track on this one. So today is very critical, as Ben has outlined. It's the chance for retail investors to get on board. Tomorrow we're talking about institutional investors and hedge funds. Do you think they'll come up with the funds they need?
Well, it doesn't look like it. Apparently, the latest reports are that the bank is not actually taking the enough amount that they were hoping for. They were hoping for at least 1.5 billion euros of application from the retail, but it looks like probably there won't be more than 800 million.
And if they don't get that 1.5 billion euro today from retail investors, does that sort of give the wrong signal for tomorrow?
Well, it certainly does, especially because there are no anchor investors, apparently, for the new shares. There were some names floating around, like the Qatar investment funds and probably some other hedge funds, but the latest news are that none of them is actually available. So probably everyone is basically thinking that there will be a state intervention.
Now, talk us through how that will work, because on the one hand, it will break some EU laws, and of course it will be politically very difficult as well. So just talk us through that process.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation for the government, but the banking recovery and directive that at EU level actually allows for some other choices. For example, recapitalization of the bank that is preemptive, based on the fact that the Banca Monte Paschi failed some stress tests. So this could be done with a mix of private money and public money, bailing in not all the creditors, basically, so also the depositors above the 100,000 euros threshold, but only the most junior creditors, so the subordinated bondholders and the equity holders and so on. And that is something that is more palatable for the government.
And just briefly, you've worked for this bank. Where has it gone wrong?
Well, there have been several things going wrong. For example, initially the acquisition of Anton Veneta from the now infamous acquisition of ABN AMRO, and that was part of ABN AMRO. It was done at the wrong price. Then there were some scandals with the prop trading, but they were not really big in terms of size. What is really bad now is that they have a huge amount of non-performing loans, because they have a big portfolio of loans in Italy. The Italian economy hasn't grown very much, and after the crisis a lot of SMEs have been struggling, and that portfolio is, the one that they want to sell now is around 30 billions in gross, and that really is a big...
So a bit of a mountain to climb.
Exactly.
Nicola, thank you for your time. We do appreciate it, and of course when we get news out of Italy